Hi, I'm Kate Helmers, founder of Your 10 Keys and one of the co-hosts of Sustainable Living Made Easy Challenge interviews. Today, I have the pleasure of speaking with Jamie Snell, the founder of CRATES of America. Jamie first began her sustainable life journey as a new mom who wanted to provide her children with a safe environment free from harmful toxins that are commonly found in household products. She realized it was possible to optimize her family's health by eliminating toxins from their house, and she was compelled to share. And we're so glad she did. Welcome, Jamie.
Hi, Kate. Thank you so much for the wonderful introduction.
Oh my gosh, this is such an important thing to discuss. So let me ask you, what are 5 steps that people can take now to lead a more sustainable life?
So there's many things that we can do that are very simple, and we don't have to overthink them, and we can just start doing it today. And I tried to keep it very simple for the followers so they didn't feel overwhelmed. I would say the first and most important thing, at least in my world, is to know your ingredients. If it's harmful for you, good chance it's harmful for the earth. So you want to pay attention to the products that you're using, the ingredients that are in there, not to confuse anyone with all the ingredients you may need to know. Just think about parabens and fragrances and phthalates, maybe SLS. Make note of those 4 things, and you're probably on a better journey already if you can avoid those 4 ingredients. I do have resources for a list of ingredients that we strive to avoid. I can share with you at the end.
Great.
So second thing to be more sustainable is to buy local. You're reducing your carbon footprint without all of the unnecessary emissions, packaging that's required for shipment, and you're also reinvigorating your own community, which is very important. So much has gone on with COVID, where we've had a very difficult time getting products and sourcing them from outside of our own countries. I think it's just a wake-up call to see that we can be more self-sufficient with our products. We just have to decide what's important to us in our communities. So buying local, it encourages those that are already doing it to continue to do it, because you're increasing that demand for their supply. Third suggestion for being more sustainable in your everyday life is to refuse. Refuse those free knickknacks that people give around, those little plastic things. Even toothbrushes. If you have a core toothbrush that works for you, an electric toothbrush or a bamboo toothbrush, unless you already know where you want to donate it for someone that is without a toothbrush, just tell your dentist no thank you. Very simple, just refuse it. And the other part of refuse is to refuse to buy from companies that are no longer in line with your values. As we age and mature and we learn more about what's important to us as individuals, we're going to disagree with some things. It doesn't make them right or wrong. It's just not what's for us. So if there's a company that is practicing labor laws that you don't agree with, producing products that you don't agree with, or God forbid, harming the environment in doing so, refuse to give your money to them. Start doing your research and know who you're investing your dollar in. That leads me to number 4 is vote with your dollar. You're so much power in the money that you own, the money that you make. You work hard for it. Make it count when you spend it. Don't just give it to the dollar store. Don't just drop it at Walmart. Pay attention to the brands that you're spending money on. Pay attention to the companies that are providing those products. Your money is going to invest into them, and they're going to help build a stronger foundation for what they represent. So make sure that you know what you're voting for with your money. And number 5, and I think it's the most important thing, is to be kind to yourself and be kind to others. We don't give ourselves enough grace. And I truly believe that progress over perfection wins everything. So you can't do it all. Don't try to do it all. One step at a time. Find the little things that make a difference and that make sense for where you are now, and give it priority.
I love that. Progress over perfection. That's fabulous. So what is your vision for a sustainable future, or sustainable present, if you like?
Well, I touched on it briefly in my one of my first 2 points on living more sustainably, and it's self-sufficiency. There was a time with barter and trade where our individual countries around the world had all of their needs met just by finding what each individual was good at. And we shared, we bartered. I have young children who are in elementary school. We talk about economics a lot. We don't use that word because it's scary. It's a big word that it's kind of boring for a lot of people. But it's important to know why you have to pay money for things or what the value of your dollar is. Well, sometimes it's not always a dollar, it's a service. And if we look at it that way and see what we can provide for others, and start paying attention to that as opposed to like this need for consumerism all the time, the minimalism, focusing on our needs over our wants, then I think it's going to be a more self-sufficient community that we can each build within our own. Not to say that international trade isn't important, because I truly believe in it, but I think that there is a greater self-sufficiency that we should all invest our time and energy into researching that we can do within our own communities as we continue to learn from each other.
And how does your work and your mission, how are they aligned with that vision? We know that you work with small businesses and collaborating and that it's so important, but could you expound on that a little bit for your in regards to your company?
Yeah, I'd be happy to, Kate. Thank you for asking. So with CRATES of America, a lot of it was inspired just by my own passion of finding clean ingredients, safe products for my family and for my home. And in doing so, I found really great stories behind the business owners of small businesses in my own community and across them. Is that one of my give back programs is that I set aside 1% of all of profits, and they go to a scholarship foundation for future ecopreneurs that want to start their own small businesses. So putting that money together, it's really hard when you're a small business starting out with nothing. So encouraging someone that where their heart is already aligned with what is great for people and planet over profit is just a passion of mine.
What a great idea. So where can people find you?
So I think the best place to find me and everything that I represent is at my website, ecocratesofamerica.com. And the list that I mentioned in the very beginning with point number 1 about ingredients, I have a very thorough no thank you list on my website. You're welcome to reference, completely free of charge. You just go to my website, check out that no thank you list, and it'll give you some key terms to pay attention to, what those names are also known as, what they're commonly found in, and why they are not safe for you or your family.
Well, thank you so much, Jamie. What a great story. And when people go to your website, wait till you see the boxes. They look so cool, I have to say that.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us today, Jamie.
It's my pleasure, Kate. Thank you so much for having me.